Welcome to the Rusted Garden Homestead. In today's 2-minute tips video, I am going to answer the questions: how and when do I harvest my cucumbers? I'll show you examples. And why are my cucumbers bitter? Best time to harvest cucumbers is in the morning, and that's really true for most of your vegetables because they have the night time to kind of pull water back into their systems, plump up the fruit. Nice moisture content is in whatever you're picking. So that's the best time to pick cucumbers. Now notice this plant is in a fabric pot, looking pretty good. Come over to here, same type of plant. This is a cucumber straight 8. The other one was a bush variety. However, look how stressed the plant is. Plant stress, lack of watering, combination of both is typically what causes the outer portion of your cucumber to become bitter. Everything that's just below the skin when you peel it. If you peel that off a little bit more, sometimes you can remove the bitterness, get towards the center where the seeds are. There's no exact reason, but if your plant has been struggling managing moisture when the temperatures get into the upper 90s, leaves wilt, you keep watering, they still wilt, good chance that your cucumber is going to be bitter. There's not much you can do about it. You can keep consistent moisture in there, but if the plant can't manage in the high heat, you end up with bitter cucumbers. Now, when it comes to harvesting, let's look at a couple examples. Bottom line is you want to pick them when they look something like this. Dark green, sort of cylindrical going all the way down, they're not bulging out. Soon as they start turning more yellow, they're past their prime. They're not going to grow any longer or bigger. They're just going to get fatter. The seeds are going to develop. Pick them when they look something like that. These are also straight A cucumbers. Leaves look great. There's no wilting or anything like that, unlike the other ones where the bitter cucumbers are coming out. So your cucumbers are going to start out a nice dark green typically. Sometimes the bush variety or the national pickling variety may have a little bit of lighter green. As soon as they start turning yellow like this, they're kind of past their prime. So they're going to go from dark green, like right over here. They're going to start to yellow. That usually means the seeds are getting more mature. They're harder to digest, and you definitely don't want your cucumber to get to this point. They may yellow when they're smaller. They don't necessarily get to full size before they start to yellow. You can harvest your cucumbers at about this size if you want. Here's a perfect example of a straight 8 ready to harvest. I just get in there, find the stem, push it forward, and there's one. Take a look in there. There's another one. Notice how it's a nice dark green, cylindrical looking, not yellowing. And there's 2 beautiful cucumbers. And there's a third actually. Well, there's 4. We'll take this one, same way. And then there's a smaller one right here. Just push the stem off. That's when you know your cucumbers are ready for harvest. Let's take a look at one more example. These are bush variety cucumbers. They tend to get to about this size. Again, nice coloration. They're not yellowing. They're not getting fat around here. You want your cucumber to look like that for harvest. Another perfect example, just push that off. If you find cucumbers that are misshapen, sometimes that's due to not being pollinated correctly. And these look pretty good. There's lots of cucumbers in there. But for instance, if it has like a fat part up here and it gets really skinny and then it just kind of has like a point, go ahead and pick it. Or if it's particularly round, go ahead and pick it. It's just not going to mature the right way. No matter what size they are, if they're not a dark green color or they're starting to plump out around here, like this one, it's starting to get yellow, as I was showing you before, starting to plump out, just take it off the vine. This cucumber is going to seed. You want to harvest your cucumbers regularly. The more you remove, the more the plant's going to keep producing. Hope that gives you some idea on why cucumbers may be bitter. Keep the moisture consistent, but sometimes you can't help it. And this is when and how you pick cucumbers. Thanks for watching, and please check out my seed shop at therustedgarden.com.